Welcome back, guys. Thank you for supporting Rolling with Carlos. Today, we're going to go ahead and speak about a article I read earlier this week. Paul Feinbaum from ESPN comparing Archie Manning to Tim Tebow. Is this realistic? To me, it's not. But let me go ahead and read the article to you and give you my final thoughts about this. Also, play an audio clip of a program of another YouTuber I watch and a Gator legend I follow on Twitter, Mr. Steven, the host of iTop Sports, Shelton, speaking about this same topic. But first, I'm going to read you the article. And before I go ahead and read you the article, I'm going to give a shout out to Suarez Entertainment once again. Suarez Entertainment, I appreciate the 3 songs you created for me for my social media and YouTube. They're very, very excellent, and I appreciate you. And I hope we can maybe collab on a video soon or in the future, maybe do some work together. I appreciate everything you did for me with those 3 songs. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start reading the articles to you. The first article was written by Ron Sporer on February 21st, 2025 at 9 a.m. Eastern. Paul Feinbaum compares Archie Manning to 2 college football legends. The Texas Longhorns appears to be returning to elite status in college football, and they have made back-to-back appearances in college football playoff, but unfortunately they have lost in the semifinals each time. The Longhorns are hopeful that next year will be different, especially with new quarterback taking. Archie Manning is set to step in as Quinn Ewers heads to the NFL. Manning is the grandson of legendary college quarterback Archie Manning and the nephew of NFL stars Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. There is a significant hype surrounding Archie Manning as he prepares for his first season as starting quarterback. This excitement is partially due to his impressive family legacy, but also because he is a top-ranked player in the 2023 recruiting class. Despite having played only sparingly, Manning has the second-best odds to win the Heisman Trophy, trailing LSU Tigers quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, according to FanDuel Sportsbook. On the Paul Feinbaum show, SEC and network analyst Paul Feinbaum was asked about Manning's high expectations and compared him to 2 Heisman Trophy winners. The expectations are going to be as wild as we've ever seen, or at least since Johnny Manziel or Tim Tebow, Feinbaum said. Maybe worse because of the current state of the media with social media. I don't claim to know Archie Manning. I know everybody else in his family. I talked to his grandfather recently when we were in New Orleans, and I think there's never been a player more prepared and ready for what he's about to face. Manning played 10 games last season and started 2 while Ewers was recovering from an injury. He threw for 939 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, completing 67.8% of his passes. Now he's taking over a team that some believe to be the best in college football for 2025. Feinbaum believes Texas has a chance to win a national championship this year for the first time since 2005. While he acknowledged that Texas is losing a lot of talent from last year's team, he expressed that he feels more confident with Manning as quarterback than with Ewers. Although he won't pick them outright to win it, he considers the Longhorns to be one of the favorites as of now and expects them to at least reach the semifinals again. The Longhorns and Manning will open the season against the defending national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, on August 30th, 2025. Paul Feinbaum of ESPN compares Archie Manning's potential stardom to Tim Tebow. This is the article that caught my eye. I don't think Archie Manning's very nimble and can run, but I don't think they're very similar quarterbacks. In a little bit, I'll tell you why I compare Tim Tebow to. Now that Texas coach Steve Sarkisian has officially named Archie Manning the starter, the college football world can't wait until the Manning era begins in earnest in August, when the Longhorns visit defending national champion Ohio State. Archie is the next generation of the most prolific quarterback family in football history. His uncles are Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, both Super Bowl winners, and his grandfather is Archie Manning, a member of both the College Football Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Peyton is also in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Archie made a name for himself in high school as a four-time All-State honoree. Manning shattered school records at Isidore Newman, surpassing the achievements of his uncles, Eli and Peyton. In his senior year, he showcased his exceptional talent by passing for 2,300 yards, scoring 34 touchdowns, and adding 6 rushing touchdowns to his tally. Recognized as a top recruit nationally by 24/7 Sports, On3, and Rivals, Archie's remarkable, prestigious National Back of the Year award. Manning started 2 games during the 2024 season in relief of the injured Quinn Ewers. Archie went 61 of 90 for 993 yards, 9 touchdowns. He also rushed for 108 yards on 25 carries and 4 touchdowns. As the hype builds, one big name college football insider thinks Manning could have an epic career. ESPN Paul Feinbaum told On3's Pete Nichols that he sees a lot of parallels between Manning and Florida legend Tim Tebow. I believe that not since Tim Tebow have we had something that is aligned with Archie Manning, Feinbaum said. A different era, but remember Tebow showed up in Florida in 2006, and they had a great quarterback, Chris Leak. He was the number 1 quarterback in the country, and it wasn't dissimilar to what we saw with Quinn Ewers, and they won the national championship. Then they moved on to Team Tebow Mania and the internet age, but not quite the age that we live now in, where everything in social media. He continued, by the way, Tim Tebow did not come from the most famous family in football history. He was, in some ways, more famous for what he stood for as opposed to how he played. Archie just checks every box. I disagree with Paul Feinbaum. Tim Tebow was also known for his work ethic. He was a quiet, and is a quiet person. But Tim Tebow, there's videos out there of Tim Tebow working out, and he strived to be the best he could be. Was a very quiet person, does not like the spotlight on him, and Tim Tebow reminds you. Well, I shouldn't say Tim Tebow reminds you of. DJ Lagway, our current quarterback at University of Florida, reminds me a lot of Tim Tebow. DJ did not like the spotlight on him. He has that rock star feel as Tim Tebow had while at Florida, but DJ does not like the spotlight, just like Tim Tebow did not like the spotlight, and both did not come from famous families or any NFL lineage behind them. Yes, Manning has the arm. Manning has some running ability, but he can't run people over like Tim Tebow did. And I feel that DJ can also run people over because DJ is 6'2", 6'3", 240 pounds. And Tebow was about 230, 240 pounds when he played at Florida also. So, guys, now I'm going to go ahead and play the clip from High Top Sports, Shelton and Stephen Harris, and their thoughts on this article. And with that, we'll end the video. And after the video's over, after the audio's over, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. And then I'll come back to you and tell you what I agree with Stephen Harris and Shelton from My Top Sports. Let me play the video, and then we'll go from there, guys. Give me a second.
He took it. 5-star recruit, wasn't a perfect score like Archie Manning, but I mean, we're talking about checking boxes. I think DJ checks everyone that you want to point to, and then some. And again, you're going to call me biased. That's fine. But what are you pointing to that I'm not pointing to? That's all that I'm saying. And again, they're both. I think they're both crazy. I think they're massive comparisons. I think they're such a big reach. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's a tremendous reach. To me, Tebow, you don't compare nobody to Tebow with a small sample size like that.
Agreed.
That's
the bigger thing.
That's just I mean, we haven't seen much. He's not as strong. He's not just gonna run people over. He may run away from a couple guys, but there's some guys in the SEC that'll run them down. You don't. I get it. I understand it, but it's more of the name driving that train to me than
the skill behind it.
Field. For sure. Well, I mean, nobody was outside of people that was clamoring for the name was asking for him to play as a freshman. Tebow, the crowd chanting Tebow every time he touched the field. You don't get that when Manny hit the field. You don't. He's not rock star. That's like Tebow. That's just not it.
But DJ has that aura.
For sure. DJ has it.
And I think he even said, "Look, you can't walk around, at Texas University out here in Arch. I mean, the same thing goes here. And look, I think Texas is a big brand. They want it to be big. And I get it. I get the whole push. I get the whole argument. And I don't want to seem like again, it's tough to have, I would say, a non-bias because we are biased being Florida fans. But like you said, to try to compare any of these guys in the sense that, hey, they have the potential this year to be in the same light as Tim Tebow. And I think, look, the only thing I will agree with is because of the change of social media, that the name can catch fire and move and maybe appear to be bigger. But I think that, again, just argues for Tim Tebow that the fact in the magazine era, everybody knows who Tim Tebow was and still to this day know who Tim Tebow was. I was talking with one of our guys of the day about writing articles, and he was like, dude, we didn't cover Florida football, but back in the day, we would write about Tim Tebow because that man just ate clicks.
For sure. Listen, so if anybody who watch football or if they had the chance to trade Archie for Lagway, they'll do it. They'll do it. If Lagway was on the team and was a freshman, there will be discussions about Lagway starting over Manning if he was on that team coming in next season. It's going to be a pure quarterback battle, which a lot of people would have been screaming for Lagway if he was in Texas. So side by side, Lagway's that guy.
That's a great point. That's a great way of looking at it. We never. I love that conversation. I don't feel like we do that. We say who's the best quarterback. But yeah, if you take one of these guys and put them on the same team, who starts?
Who starts? They don't want that discussion.
That's a big one. I like that. That's a fun way of looking at it. Man. We got $20 from Rookie, the sponsor of today's show. Hopefully we can have history repeat itself 20 years after the fact. Again, and this is why I don't hate the conversation from Paul. And I don't hate the comparison because what we do as fans is we try to find that next thing to come. We want to feel that, right? So I understand where it comes from. Like I said at the beginning, we're all trying to grasp on. We're all trying to find that next great thing. And even when we do have it with like a Patty Mahomes, when it's here, we don't want it anyways. We as people don't know what the hell we want. You know what I'm saying? We just we are unpleased with it like anymore. We want too much.
You know one thing, I don't know if anybody's ever told this. Tebow, man. I know the John 3:16 and Jesus Tebow, we love that. But Tebow had some turn the table Jesus in him. Yeah, no, he had some out flip the table if it ain't going right in him too. True story. I don't know if anybody. We had a pool party, 2006. Tebow, the freshman, and we having a great time. Everybody's in the pool, and this guy just started acting crazy at the pool party, trying to chop it over the guys, want to fight. And he in the pool.
Not Tim. Random guy.
No, Tebow's outside the pool. I mean, he's at the pool party.
But he's not acting up. Okay, I'm making sure.
No, it's a random guy acting up in the pool.
Gotcha.
And he goes to mess with our teammates, or not one of our teammates or whatever. He swings at our teammate. And I kid you not, Tebow, this is probably where Superman comes from. Tebow flies from outside of the pool, dive in the water all on top of this man's head, man. Gave the man the business, kid. True story. Tebow whooped somebody, dog.
All right, guys. There you see the thoughts of Stephen Harris and Shelton. Stephen Harris, a Gator legend, and Shelton from High Top Sports. They said if DJ Lagway would be at Texas, he would start over Archie Manning. Then obviously Stephen Harris gave them a story about Tim Tebow. So they agree with me that that DJ Lagway is more similar than Archie Manning to Tim Tebow. Leave me your thoughts down below, guys. What you think about this comparison from Paul Feinbaum? If you want custom candles, custom cups, or custom keychains, you can check it out at RollingwithCarlos.com, and also soon there'll be merch, YouTube merch, at RollingwithCarlos.com. You have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.